This is Abe Friedtanzer from Awards Buzz, and I'm so excited to be speaking with Annaleigh Ashford about Happy Face. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Good. We had a really lovely conversation probably a couple of years ago now about Be Positive and Welcome to Chippendales. And it feels like with those projects, things are getting dramatically more serious one to the other. Is this a purposeful shift you think you've made in your career?
Hey, just the delights of being a working actor.
Well, everybody I've spoken to so far has mentioned how warm and funny you are on set, and I'm curious what appealed to you about this not particularly funny role.
When I first got the script, I was really struck by how different this show is a take on true crime. It's really going to be an outlier in the genre because it is from a different perspective. It's a different POV than we have seen before in this genre. And the inner struggle, the complicated inner life of this character is sort of the dream for an actor to get to play. And also, the real life Melissa Moore has been such an advocate for victims who've been touched by the trauma of crime that I was really interested in sharing her story and sharing her take, which I think will be uh, really fascinating for viewers and was fascinating for me as an actor.
I know you've played real people before, but this obviously was a much more involved process, for her behind the scenes. Is there an added pressure when you're playing someone like that who's right there?
There can be an added pressure to have somebody who is the person that you're playing be present. And she was so generous with her experience, with her information, with her knowledge. And then she also was generous in offering us, whatever we needed. And in this, for this show, she was so present with our incredible showrunner, Jen Casisio, and um, helping develop what the show would be and feel and look like that we just sort of called her when we needed her. And she really wanted us to be creative and tell the story the way that we wanted to. So yes, it could have felt like pressure, but she was so warm and generous that I just felt like it was an honor to share her story.
Kind of rapport did you build with Dennis Quaid, given the very adversarial relationship of your characters?
You know, we so often talk about what it's like to have chemistry with another actor in, a romantic sense, but we don't often talk about how important it is to have chemistry with the character when you're playing family. And that was such an easy thing for the two of us. I was, it's so incredible to work with an actor of his caliber. He's, one of our greatest, truly incredible. And he does something really special with this character. He plays the disgusting monster that this man is and was. But he also plays my dad and he plays the vulnerability and shows how this man used that to manipulate his daughter. And I think that is also a unique take on the character and on a unique take on watching a serial killer navigate his loved ones. So we had a great time playing together.
Well, I hope that we have a chance to talk again, maybe next time, given the trajectory of your career, you'll be playing the serial killer in something much more serious.
I guess so. I know that, or maybe we'll loop back around and I'll see you on the other side for a zany comedy.
That sounds great. Thanks so much.
Take care.